There he is, guys. Hey guys, welcome to episode 2. Jeremy Pratt Fishing. It is central Minnesota again. It's later summer. There's been some cold days, not cold, but we've been getting in the 50s. Water temperature should be brought down. Fish are going to be a little different. They might be feeding harder even than the last episode. See what we can do, guys. See you in a second. Oh my God, guys, this is like an 8-pounder, 7 or 8-pounder. Oh God, guys, you gotta hope she holds on, man. This is a huge bass. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh jeez. Oh my God. Don't tell me you got it in the gut, girl. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, just about a 4-pounder. It took off when I set the hook here, guys. So it looks like we might be in a school. She acted way bigger than she is, but it's another nice fish. Look at his eyes. We're gonna let it go. Hey, girl. There he is, guys. Just a little mid-sized, medium little guy. Okay guys, this is a little chunk, nothing special, a little 2.5-pounder. I'm gonna let her go. Hi girl. Nice fish, guys. Probably right on 3, but we're looking for a lot bigger. 3-pound. Alright, here she goes. I think I'm gonna move spots actually. I don't typically do that after catching a fish, but I've been here for about 30 minutes and I want to go move spots and maybe come back here. It's a good thing always to remember to not pressure your spot too much, kind of give it a rest and then hit it at a different time of the day. That's a key point. Kind of cycle through your spots. Probably have about 6 different spots. Just cycle through them, give them a rest. Freaking haven't pressed the pump bar, good, guys. I just moved spots and anchored out. The wind is gassing right now. first 2 casts on this point. Lost one and caught this one. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. So yeah, just rotating spots offshore. There's probably going to be some more fish with this one. We're going to get her back. Alright guys, camera kept cutting off, but ever since I anchored on this spot, I've had a fish every cast. I got on a school of small fish here though, which is not what I'm looking for, but I know there's some bigger ones most likely in the area, so I'm just going to fan cast around and see if we can locate the bigger fish in the school. This point extends out, so let it go. This point extends out. Sometimes they're on the shallower end, sometimes they're out in the deeper. Hopefully this is a bigger one, guys. Yeah, that's a better fish. That's what we're looking for. They're strong. Heck, dude. Fish ate it. As you can see, the wind is gassing right now. That's another really good size. So that just shows moving points, moving locations. It's been every cast. That's a better size fish, and we're stoked on that. Let's see. Okay guys, that was a good 10 minutes dealing with that 4-pounder. I had to get the hook out. I didn't have a good set of pair of pliers, but I got it out successfully. Safe fish. That took me about 10 minutes. Now I'm trying to relocate the school, get back in the school. It's my first cast back. They are really feeding right now. If you get in the right location. There's another. They'll actually come towards you so fast. That you don't know you have a fish. Man. Oh, that's a big one too. Oh, I don't know if you can see all that splashes, guys. And that was my first cast after that. So there. This is a football. This is a football. Let's see if I can. And she ate it. As I was talking to you guys. Woo. Man, they are chewing right now, guys. And they are thick. They are eating up. Alright, I'm going to deal with this. Be right back. Alright guys, I performed surgery on that last fish. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes, so I'm wasting tons of time, but that's why I got the anchor out today. Whew, it's a really nice fish. We're going to let her go. Get her back in the water. You can see how wet she is. I had to perform surgery in there. They're really chewing down. Man, I mean, I've made 4 casts on this point, probably almost caught 20 pounds. Crazy, guys, crazy. Alright, we're gonna let her go here. Alright guys, once again, I had to perform surgery on that fish successfully. No harm done, but they're eating it so quickly. This is my 5th cast on this point, and I think I've caught 5 fish. And as I've been talking to you, I get bit and then it turns into another clip. So you love that. I've loved this weather. There's one. That was just about a 2.5 pounder somehow through the hook. But I'm loving this. Alright guys, camera keeps cutting out. Alright, this is my 7th cast on this point. 6 fish so far on it. each time about 15 minutes in between fish before I can get a cast back out there. So I can't imagine if I had somebody with me today, if they were able to cast back in the school. Now we got to relook at the school and see if they're in the same spot. But as you saw, I'm moving to a new spot, and as I was saying in the last clip, this cooler weather, the highs have been 70s, lows 50s. That does a lot after we've had a really hot stretch of upper 80s and lows in the upper 70s like we did earlier a few weeks ago. So this cooler water has got them really juiced up. So I'm just going to places I know that have tons of schools of crappie and bluegill. These fish are just sitting under those schools. We got dingy water still. I'm trying to throw stuff bottom contact. That could be a chatterbait yo-yoing, the dark sleeper like we've been doing with Oliver and I, Texas rigs, jig worms, anything to get some good bottom contact. I've even been doing some deep cranking, getting near the bottom. This is the longest I've gone on this point without a bite here. Oh, as I say that, it just jerked my rod out. It could have been a big old tenacious bluegill or crappie there. Or no, I got one now. Now I pray to goodness that I don't have to fish eat it too quickly, guys. This is just a little thing. You won't even consider that right now. But check this out, guys. This fish has a bluegill or a crappie. Anyhow, we're getting bit every cast. The water temperature is significantly lower than it was just a week or two ago when we were out here. The fish are all getting fat bellies. There's a fish coming toward me so quickly. This is a 6:3:1 gear ratio, and I still could not keep up with that fish. This is a small. Alright guys, so I'm continuing to catch fish. They're not in the size range that I want right now, which, you know, you can't be greedy. I'm sitting there expecting a 5 or a 6 every cast, and catching some 1.5s on this point and a couple 4s. I'd have to go back and look. Definitely have over 20-something pounds. But the point is I'm gonna keep fishing in this area because these fish, if there's small bass there's usually big ones around them too on these offshore schools. But I'm gonna comb the area as the point, see if I can find a bigger school. I'm gonna actually even cast shallower, this cooler water. As I'm kind of repeating myself, this cooler water is going to change the summer pattern that I've been on. So I'm going to always be aware of any changes that are happening and know that I need to adjust if my summer pattern kind of goes away with the cooler temperatures. So far a few casts up shallow haven't produced anything. I might even go deeper. Always just follow your instinct. I really fish well solo. I just kind of go with the flow or go with my instinct on what I'm feeling. And that could be anything. In the big boat fishing, big lakes, all of a sudden might decide to throw a big glide bait after finesse fishing, whereas you might be with somebody who thinks that's crazy. And I've had that happen where I just go by myself and I start doing something that doesn't seem, conventional or what's going to work, and then I do really well. So let's see what happens on this point, guys. kind of just cast it back in the mega zone area. If I don't get another one in a few casts, I might move out probably about 20 yards deeper on the end of this point where they roam all summer. There's one there. Nah, once again, it's a small one. There's a mega school of small ones up here. We'll see in a second. Alright guys, paddle to a new spot upwind. I'm hoping for an offshore school here. It was a really hard paddle. It's a little bit easier, guys, when you have man, this is a big one. Please be a bass. Please be a bass, baby. That's a freaking beauty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Boys, they are so strong. My gosh. I thought I had a 40-inch pike the way she was fighting, man. That's crazy. Beautiful fish. Oh, man. Alright, we're gonna let her go. Alright guys, we're gonna let this behemoth go. Beautiful Minnesota bass. Whew. Goodness, she's filling up for the fall. Heck yes. Here she goes. Here she goes. So fun. Let's see if they're in the schools. Yo, Pratt here. Fishing has slowed down a little bit. I'm doing something I never do. I'm taking a second to stop fishing. Well, I'm still fishing, but I'm drinking water. I'm having a mint chocolate Cliff Bar. Usually I can't be bothered to even stop and do that. My focus is so intense when I'm on the water. It's really hard to get me to drink even a sip of water, even if it's like 2 inches from me, or even have a Cliff Bar, even though I always accumulate too many Cliff Bars. But point is, I wanted to say, stay hydrated, my friends. Eat some food. Fishing is slow, but I'm anticipating moving a few spots and getting some big ones to end the day. Already had a great day. Fish over 20 pounds. Or, I'm sorry, the biggest limit over 20 pounds. Anyway, I want to catch some more fish, but it's been slow the last probably 40 minutes even. I did catch a 4.5 pounder about 20 minutes ago, but it's the only fish. This is the first time I brought an anchor in a canoe where I paddle. See, look, if you can see this, I have a trolling motor mount. But I've had 2 trolling motors die on me, and I just haven't bought another one. So you'd think, as much as I'm out here in the red canoe, the red sleigh, I get a trolling motor, or you'd think I'd have an anchor with it too. But this is the first time I'm anchored out. It's so relaxing because it's like spot lock, of course, where I don't have to worry about anything. Sorry guys, I'm being gross eating. But yeah, I just want to check in midday. Chilling, anchored, taking a second to stop paddling, to eat food, something I never do. See you soon with a big bass. Oh, it's been a while since I've hooked one. These fish are strong. It's not even a big one. move. Hey, big. Thought it was grass. Oh, that's a big one, son. Thought it was grass. Dang, it shrunk when it got into the net. Damn it. This fish has been gashed. There's a lot of huge pike. Could have done that. We're gonna let her go. See ya. I pulled up a little shallower. Fishing out deep was not getting it done. This, as kind of predicted, cooler weather, they're gonna move up shallow. Pretty easy stuff. This boat should turn on right now, so let's go. See you in a second. They come toward you so fast. Thanks. Good Lord, there are so many bass in this area. They ain't big. We have over 20 pounds, but now I'm catching a bunch of these little guys. Buddy! Another small one. Well, actually, usually it's only bigs, and I'm glad to see that the next generation is doing just fine. Doing just fine. Hi, girl. Whoop. Oh, guys, I'm gonna probably turn the camera off for a second. There we go, guys. Oh, man. Big one. They moved a little closer to the shore. Ah. Bigger than the small ones we were catching. It's a tank. Great specimen. Always like to check out these Minnesota specimens here. Freaking awesome. Golly. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap this episode 2 up. I just threw my anchor overboard without it being attached to anything. I'm actually famous for that. Shout out to Ryan Tony, who will find that hilarious. I've thrown many an anchor overboard without it being fully attached. I'm tired of paddling, the wind's pushing me. It was an amazing day out here. Caught a lot of 4+, a lot of smaller fish, cooler water temperature, the fish are on the move. My offshore spots weren't quite as productive. As I moved shallower, I started seeing more bait, more activity. If I was to come out here tomorrow, I would spend it shallow. So that shows you just how much in Minnesota it can change just in a couple days of change water temperature. It happens fast, and the fish react to it immediately. They feel that cooler water, they get on the move, they move from their offshore summer spots. Alright guys, it's getting kind of windy. I'm tired of being out here. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about it. I love doing this stuff, so I want to have an audience, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Tell all your friends, send it to everybody. That would be much appreciated. It's a very nice kindness. Enjoy. Episode 3 should be out probably next week. So we'll see you then.